Oh, hi YouTube. Gonna do a quick little review for you for Bubble Plus. Currently, Bubble Plus is available in Japan as Bubble Wii and as obviously Bubble Plus in Europe. Not yet available in North America, but will be very soon. Could have a name change. They've been switching the names around in the WiiWare titles a lot when they go from region to region. As you see, you hold the remote, the Wii remote or the classic controller, like sideways as if it were an old school NES controller. This game is made by Taito, which Taito is one of my favorite, or Taito, or however you pronounce it. It's one of my favorite game companies that really doesn't release a whole lot of games in America, which is why I like it. I mean, and they also are usually creative games. Alright, so you set your save and you pick your Mii face. Then you have a few different modes here. You got your play mode, which has your story modes, which is standard, which is the old game, the old Double Bobble original game from 1986, remade with a little bit better graphics, same stages, maybe a few new power-ups here and there. I don't really think so, but they just look a little different than they did in the older one, so you can tell they are better. Like, I don't remember sushi in the older one, and there's sushi in this one. Anyways, you got the arrange mode, which is 100 new levels, adds new enemies, new power-ups. 4 players can play at the same time. And it also adds a new gameplay mechanic known as slopes, which are diagonal, and your bubbles will go diagonal when you're on the slopes. Super standard, super range, just has harder enemies. An Expert 1 and Expert 2 I don't have right now because they're not available to me, but Expert 1 and Expert 2, Expert 1 has is download. They're both download content, 200 points each. This game costs 800 points on the Wii Shop channel. Expert mode 1 has the angry enemies, which you'll see in a minute, and Expert 2 has really fast wind patterns. And then you have your ranking mode, which is all those modes, only no story, and is 1 player only, and then there's your rules on those, which would have been better if it were incorporated into this normal game instead of forcing you to play through 100 levels without that. Global rankings, you can check out the leaderboards. Set your mode. I have it set to easy right now just because it's easier to review. I'll go normal though. Change your icon, and then you have your item and food collection, which I really like because this even taught me stuff about Bubble I didn't know. Such as if you blow 35 bubbles, then it makes this candy appear. That's the requirements. All the items have requirements for them to appear. And then once you collect them, they show up here and let you know a little bit about them. Foods, just, you know, obviously just names of foods, which there's no really special anything to have those appear that they tell you. So that's a nice added addition. They keep the replayability up. So I'll show you standard mode real quick. I don't know if you know Bubble Bobble, but it has a good ending and a bad ending. To get the good ending, you have to play with 2 players. Or you just have a second player join in like the last stage. So the concept of the game is you're a dinosaur, blow bubbles, you walk around, you blow bubbles to trap enemies and bubbles, and then you gotta pop the bubbles with those spawns in my bag. And you also collect fruit and other things, power-ups. And depending on how you pop bubbles, fruit come out of the bubbles, and fruit always come out of the enemies. And you collect those for points. Rinse, repeat, different levels. Also, you hear this hypnotic theme that is from the original. They just touched it up a little bit. Sounds pretty awesome, still today. And I died. In the standard mode, you do have infinite continues. If you play like ranks, then you don't. And there's only 1 boss per mode, which is the last level. There's lots of different power-ups you can get that do different things, such as these letters right here in the bubbles. You spell out extend in the standard edition. In the arrange edition, there appears to be multiple words you can spell out. none of which I have spelled, other than you can spell extend still. Just got an extra life for getting a higher score. So I mean, you get the concept. More enemies come later on, but that's pretty much the entire game is similar to that, which is extremely fun. I really like the music, even though it's the same track for most everything except for bonus levels. I'll show you some arrange mode. As you can see, you can play as 2 female dinosaurs who are yelling. Unfortunately, if you're player 1, you're always green. There's no character selection. A little different story there. Of course, Bobble lacks a lot of story. It kind of pokes fun at itself at the end of the arrange mode. As you can see, it starts off kind of similar. You can tell that the graphics, the stages are kind of made on their own. I mean, they're not anything remade. And since I got that cane, that giant peach shows up. A lot of points. It's going to be a very competitive game, like most older games. Unfortunately, you can already start to see the lack of variety in the stages, because the last stage had the exact same palette or texture as this, versus the old school one, the standard mode that was remade, has a little bit of everything. It switches up, has a lot of variety. I don't even know what this fruit is, but it seems to be in a lot of Japanese games. Anyone want to clue me in? I'm sure I get this look at the item collection, but I'm going to try one of those fruits. Yoshi seemed to like them. Obviously, touching an enemy kills you. There's no like ifs, ands, or buts about it, really. I want to quickly try to get to a level with slopes and show you guys that new gameplay. I mean, it's not really anything too drastic, but there's levels that I played that you really have to learn how to use the slopes. And right now I'm continuing because I'm doing real great. Also, arrange mode has a few different music tracks that switch up every few levels. Unfortunately, they're nothing as catchy as the original. Items disappear if you pop the last enemy, so you want to make sure you grab those. Just a little tip. $10 points per bubble. Tell I play Bobble a lot. The original, I used to play in NES. Which, like I said, this isn't available in North America yet, but I'm sure it will be. And if you really want to play this now, you can get the original, well, kind of a port of the original, since the original was on arcade, but the original port on the Virtual Console for NES, which I would recommend. Even if you are in Europe, you get the original too, because it's pretty awesome either way. Alright, slopes. See, you walk down the slopes and your bubbles are slanted. You can jump, it makes them go forward, but you're on a slope. Slope. You can see the bubbles here and that level weren't really moving. And here they have like a wind stream that they will follow, depending on which side of the level they're on. Since I collected that cane, giant fruit will drop. I mean, overall, this is a very good experience. One of the best WiiWare titles, because it does take an older classic that a lot of people want it to be remade, and it gives them what they've always wanted, plus a little almost expansion pack, as you can see here in the Arrange mode, which has a new story, new boss, 4 players. These bubbles are water bubbles, and there's also fire bubbles that don't hurt you. They just hurt enemies. They're in the original as well. Overall, it's a pretty awesome game, and everyone should pick it up. Everyone should pick it up. Thanks for watching.